6 weeks ago, I started staking a project called Illuvium, okay? And this project hopes to become one of the best play to earn games out there. So today we're gonna be checking out how much I've actually made staking this project in the last 6 weeks using $5,000, okay? Before I jump into that though, guys, also make sure to do two quick things. Hit that like button so this video can be pushed out to more people, and also make sure to subscribe for any new updates, any new type of content, anything else we got going on there. So let's jump into the screen and see what we got here. Okay, so first and foremost, we want to be looking at the price of Illuvium and what it's done, okay? So again, 6 weeks ago, roughly, I got involved in this project. Basically, I saw a bit of a dip, and when it hit around that $1,000 mark, I got involved. So with this project, Illuvium, I actually found out more recently that you can get involved and actually stake using a liquidity pool, which I'll go over here shortly. So, which yields you a lot more APY than the traditional amount of just staking it and holding it. So if we actually check out Illuvium and go to the actual staking rewards here, you can actually do this and see for yourself what everything looks like. So one thing that a lot of people have been concerned over with this project is because it uses the Ethereum net. One of the big issues with that is the fact that there are high gas fees associated, right? So I ended up spending a few $100s on staking everything because, again, Ethereum is very expensive. So make sure if you're going to do something like this, you have a sufficient amount. If you're going to be using a few $100s, it's really not worth it in my opinion because it's, you're going to be eating up a lot of different gas fees. So just make sure if you're going to do this, you have a fair amount you're going to put towards this project, okay? So if we go to the actual dashboard and look at the price and everything, so currently this is the amount of rewards that I've received. So I have received in rewards 0.83 Illuvium tokens, okay? So for staking this in the last 6 weeks, and again, a lot of that time, I wasn't staking the full amount, so only recently I started staking it through the liquidity pool. So anyway, we're still sitting at $857 in rewards. So $857 I've made in the last, let's just say month staking Illuvium, a lot of which was through the liquidity pool more recently. So if you actually look at this on the bottom here, well, how much have I actually made? Actually, it's a pretty good gauge because I put in $5,000, and yet if you actually look at the different amounts here, this totals over 2,200. This totals 2,900 currently. So I got in roughly at around the same price that Illuvium is currently at. This is basically what it did. So I got involved. It made a large rally upwards, and it's just been tapering down a little bit. But if we look here, there is a lot of support around that $1,000 mark. Okay. People are holding above this. We haven't seen it break 1,000 basically since, a couple months ago, right? Since we started breaking that, it's just been continually rising upwards and bouncing off that $1,000 mark. So there's a lot of support around this level. Look at that and just look at it long term. Again, one of the cool concepts of this project is different stakers, people that want to earn profits from staking are incentivized to hold their tokens, okay? Because if you look at the long-term rewards, you can actually stake this and earn more if you hold your funds within that pool for a larger period. So for example, right here, the current APY is 31.38%. And if you check out the details, you can actually look and see what everything looks like. So basically, you can stake this and earn extra Illuvium tokens if you hold it long term. So basically, you're incentivized. If you're looking at this as a long-term project and you want to hold this long term, you can actually make more. However, if you go to the liquidity pool here, you can actually see a lot more of the APY with this liquidity pool. We're talking 344% APY within this pool. So, this is a really high amount. I definitely advise you, if you're going to do this, definitely take advantage of, ideally both, but this is, very incentivizing to do. Again, the big difference within the liquidity pool and just staking direct through ILV is with the liquidity pool, there is a bit more risk. If one actually comes up a lot more versus the other. So for example, if you're seeing a much higher amount of Ethereum versus Illuvium, if one just starts to do this then you actually are going to lose a little bit more. So yeah, you know, this looks a lot nicer. The APY, you see that 344%. However, just look at it as at the long term. If one of the two pairs does go up versus the other, you are going to lose a little bit of tokens. My personal suggestion, and I'm not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form, my personal suggestion though is if you're going to do the liquidity pool, you can always do it on a 6-month basis. Lock in those tokens for 6 months if you want to. If maybe you're not as comfortable doing it for a full year, you can always do that. If you're somebody that looks at this project as long term, then you can hold it for that 1 year period. Just know that there are going to be a lot of people that have gotten in recently in the last few months. And when we did this, right, when we did this big rally upwards, there are going to be a lot of people, you know, around this time frame when we saw this big rally that are most likely stuck within that 1 year period. So pretty much their tokens are locked in for a 1 year period. There are going to be a ton of those. So October of next year, it'll be very interesting to see what those people do with their tokens. You know, if they're long-term holders, then they're probably just going to do it again. They're going to lock in their tokens long-term. If there are people that are content with their profits that they've made along the way, then they may cash out. So, I mean, that's going to be, again, quite interesting to see what it does in October or so of next year, or this year, I should say. We are in 2022. Yeah, all in all, guys, I mean, I'm very happy with what I've seen so far. Some of the pros and cons I've seen within this project, the pros being that, I mean, the graphics are just, you know, I mean, very hard to beat. If you just look at the sheer graphics and the artwork, I mean, it's very, very well done. You know, everything within this community is really great in terms of the graphics and just the looks of everything. The gameplay is phenomenal. If you go here, you can actually just see what everything looks like. Very interesting, cool concept, guys. I really like it. Another pro that I have within this game is the fact that they are going to be releasing land. Now, land is one of those things that if you actually launch it correctly, I mean, you know, it starts to really build a community. Lots of different investors like the concept of getting land within a game. And I think this is going to be really interesting when it does get rolled out. Now, that does lead me to one con. You know, the land sale was supposed to occur around this time, around the first week of January, and you know, we haven't heard too much about it lately. There are some speculations as far as it coming in a bit later this month, so around mid to late January. So that's, again, one of the cons about this project that I've seen, is the fact that I have not heard too much about when that is going to occur, but I'm sure once it does, we're going to see a large spike in this project, and we're going to see a lot of people start talking about this once land starts to come out and everything like that. So my personal prediction is as soon as that gets launched, you know, we've been kind of just hanging around this level. I think once the land sales start to come out and everything like that, we're going to see a large rally upwards. So people that are in, you know, during these kind of lull periods where nothing's really happening, you know, in the next few weeks, I think we're going to see a large spike upwards. That's just my take on it. I think, again, that's how it's going to be. Obviously, there is some things to note. I mean, as far as how does the land sale go, how successful is it, how many people get involved, all those types of things. I think just sheerly off the demand, I think it's going to go really well. So that's why I'm really excited. I'm going to try to get a piece or two of land myself. So definitely waiting for that update, and really excited to see that. So basically, and lastly with this project, I just really like the amount of people that are involved, and just high level, basically founders and a team that works within this project. So that's one of the other things that I really do love about this project, is just the backing, and really, you know, if you actually just go to the careers on the top, you can see the different positions that are available. There's always new jobs coming up here. So, you know, you can tell that the depth is really there. I mean, you know, just in the last, few days, I mean, we see like 20 new listings here. So, I mean, you know, definitely that's one of the things I really like about this project Illuvium, is the fact that people that get involved they're staking their tokens long term, which then gives the team a liquidity pool that they can pull from, they can use towards building out the infrastructure. And as you can see here, I mean, this is a long-term project. There are tons of people that are getting involved, very talented individuals getting involved in this project, as you can just tell from the sheer artwork and the concept and just the layout in general. So definitely keep your eye out for Illuvium in the coming months. Again, I think once the land sale comes out, guys, we're going to see a large spike upwards within this project, guys. So that's it for today. Definitely excited about this. So if you guys want to stay tuned for this project and any updates we have going on, again, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Without further ado, guys, thanks again for tuning in today. We'll see you guys in the next one.